Welcome back, guys, to yet again another episode of On Ghetto Stories. It's your girl Agnes, but most of you guys know me as Agnesita. Before we move to the fun topic today, as you can see, I do not have any guests with me because I really wanted to connect one-on-one with you guys today. So yeah, I wanted to take a shout out, obviously, to the sponsor of this episode, TLC Candles and More. So yes, we need to set the ambiance, the environment right. Speaking of fresh outfit, as you can see, I'm really comfortable in this set today, which I'm going to be telling you towards the end of the episodes where these outfits are from. I wanted to use this medium to tell you guys, in case you're wondering where to get some of my clothes that I wore maybe once, say twice, look no further and go to vinted.pl. Half of the profits, by the way, are going to my charity foundation called FAMS. So yeah, shop away, guys. So what are we going to be talking about? Well, I do not know if you guys know about this phenomenon that's kind of trending around lately. It's called girl math. As a matter of fact, I will be talking about girl math and boy math. You might be wondering, what does girl math mean? Basically, this is the phenomenon that's been floating around TikTok that basically shows how girls justify our spending habits. It shows it in a more humorous way, in a fun way of how we justify our unnecessary or extravagant spending. I figured, why not go a little bit deeper into, some of this little girl math, boy math that we have out here, and we can talk about it. I think that's really fun because my favorite word that I normally use with my friends a lot of time is usually make it make sense, or that doesn't make sense. And when things don't make sense, it basically shows you that it's a girl math or boy math, because people would just make things up. They will make shit up, legit, and they'll tell you, and you ask them, how do you know? And they just be like, because that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? So we're gonna go deep into it, and let's start with some fun girl math, boy math. Yes? So actually, there's this girl math. I don't know if you can relate. Basically, it's when you claim you have nothing to wear, but you're always buying clothes. That's me. Yes, that's me. Like, yes, that's girl math because it really doesn't make sense because my wardrobe is full. Like, it's full. But yeah, if you want to get most of my pieces, now I'm really trying to declutter and really give them away. Head on over to vinted.pl and you're gonna see a lot of my outfits that I wore maybe once or twice at most. Also, another girl math is basically trying to, get a price for 2 for 1. So basically, it's like you do not want to buy like an outfit like that costs 100 zlotys, but you rather buy maybe 2 outfits that cost 50 zlotys each, right? So it's like you do not want to buy an outfit, say, for $50, but then you see something like 2 different outfits or whatever, so you just kind of get it for 25, which is already the amount you said you didn't want to buy or exceed, but in your head, it's more like, it's a girl math because you got more items for this price. Does that make sense? So yeah, I don't know, like that's just how we girl math that's how we do our math. So another funny boy math is basically when guys say they're practically 180 centimeters, but in reality they're literally 175 centimeters. But they add the fact that they wear their sneakers, which makes them this height. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel like when I see guys, when they say they're 100, like they just give you how high they are. I -2 at least out of this height because I feel like that's not accurate. Like that's just not accurate. So yeah, this is boy math. So correct me, guys, if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comment section below. Let's talk about some more debatable, girl math, boy math. So I'm gonna go first with girl math. I feel like there's a girl math that basically you would literally give your partner 50 chances. Like they're gonna do you wrong, you're gonna break up, take them back again, break up, take them back again. But then one of your homegirls do you wrong and then you cut them off for life. Like, make that make sense. Like, how? Like, why? Like, how can you give a whole dude that you just know for a year chances after chances, but then you have your girls, your childhood friend, or girls that you've known way back for at least 5 years or more, and they do you wrong, and then you cut them off for life. You're like, oh, I'm never going back to her. But you was going back to that guy. Mm-hmm. A boy math, I would say, is when you literally tell your side chick the truth, you're 100% honest to your side chick, but then your main chick, the one that you see that you want to marry, whatever, be with, I don't know if that's even loyal, but you see it as more like you're locked in, like that's your main person, you're never giving her up. You lie to her constantly. Like, make that make sense, guys. Like, why is it that you guys feel more comfortable, being so honest with the side chick than, being 100% honest to the main chick? So that's a boy math that doesn't make sense to me. But I guess my only explanation for this could be that you being 100% honest to the side chick, maybe guys feel that they really don't have they don't have much more to lose. I don't know. Or I don't know, they're just leaving everything hanging because they're really not the main chick. They'd rather lose the side chick than the main chick, obviously, because they can always get another side chick. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's the idea behind this boy math, but I always wondered. And another girl math is basically when you have, say, I don't know, 15 bodies or more than 20 bodies, but you only claim to have 3 or 4 bodies because those were the guys that you actually loved. That is a girl math there. Yeah, that is a girl math, because you just be like, yeah, I wasn't feeling it. Or even sometimes some girls will also claim that they weren't ready technically to be more intimate with a guy, or they didn't feel anything, so they don't count that. You know what I mean? Like, I do not want to go so deep into this, but let's get deep into it. When some girls, you go to your homegirls, you're like, yeah, we was having some kind of sex, I guess, but I didn't really feel anything because the guy just, I don't know, he was done after 1 minute. So so are you supposed to count that as a body? Well, technically, yeah, you're supposed to count that as a body because it went in and out. But girl math is saying that doesn't count, that don't count, because it wasn't all the way there, So I guess boy math also would do similar, like probably they dated girls, a lot of girls, but if you ask them, like, when was your last relationship, they just tell you that they just give you like a date of a girl that they dated, like, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, because that was the girl that they were actually in love with, and that's the one they counted. So they aren't really gonna count the girl that they went out 2 weeks ago that they took a few dates, because in their head it was just like it wasn't serious to them like that. Does that make sense? Let me know, does this also count as girl math, and can we use this equation to justify this thing we have in our head? So there's some girls, they're either bi or they're straight, but they also dip and dab every now and then. So some girls basically would not count whenever they're with girls, but they will count whenever they're with guys. So if you ask them, oh, how many people you've been with, they just say 4 or 3 or 2, but maybe they were with 5 or 10 or more, I don't know, because there were girls here and then, whatever. So my question is, do you count the girls as all, because there wasn't technically any penetration, but I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, I feel like a body is a body. Like, a body is when you're like this, yeah? And whatever goes in there, goes in there. So, I don't know. Like, let me know, guys. And also, some people, if you use protection, they also do not count that. They prefer, oh, I went in, without the rubber, whatever. So, I'll count that as, a body. But the ones, so there's a lot of girl math, boy math out there that isn't making sense, like even guys would, they would be intimate with a girl with protection and they would count that as cheating, they just be like, oh, I, protected myself and things like that. So it's crazy, guys, it's crazy, but this is why I definitely wanted to have this conversation with you guys. So let's discuss, let me know in the comment section, is this justifiable, or we girls are tripping? Like, you guys are tripping, we girls, I mean, I know we're tripping, but can we get away with it a little bit? Just a little bit. So another girl math that's ridiculous to me. I mean, I've never experienced it, but I've seen a lot of few of my friends that have experienced it. So a girl math is basically going on a vacation with like five friends and coming back with two. Like, make that math make sense. Like, how did you guys were all kumbayaing, you were taking videos, when you were going, but when you were coming back, it was just you and the other girl, just two girls. It basically means that you guys fought on the trip. Yes, you fought on the trip, you fought with someone, you guys divided, you probably even got different places, or you didn't, or someone went and found a man on the vacation and they just stayed longer and the others went home and the other girls were mad. It's usually how some of this trip goes. I know of a friend that was really mad with her. Like, they were like kumbayaing on the vacation, posting online and everything, and then came back and all I could hear was her posting what the girl had done on the trip, how they just were not saying eye to eye. And it's a little bit sad because you're just like, can you guys just, figure out your differences in private? I mean, I know that also I've had like girls issues, but not on vacation. It was usually after vacation, but we sat down like grown-ups and we talked about it and we figured it out and we moved the F on. Like, that's what grown women do. But all this cattiness of like going online, posting, whatever, like, that's too much. That's just too much. But then also when you see that you have this kind of, you're not compatible on trips, I just suggest don't go on trips with girls like this, because some girls are very exhausting. Let's be honest, they're exhausting. They want to do this and that. They want to be at this time, they want to take pictures, like 1,000 pictures. You just be too much. You're like, I just want to lay down. But there's some girls, they always want to be getting the best places in the hotel or in the Airbnb, and they don't want to like circulate or rotate it. So it's usually a lot of mess that goes into girls' trips. But guys, they really don't care. Like, I like guys. Like, they're really chill. They're really laid back. Whatever happens. And I like this. I love this for you guys. Yes. Another boy math that is very insane is basically boys, guys wanting a woman, that's traditional, that's a home caretaker, that's gonna have your kids, everything traditionalist basically. But then you do not want to be a traditional provider. Like, makes no sense, right? How do you want to have a wifey, but you do not want to be a husband to this alleged supposed wifey? You just want to be a boyfriend, an f-boy, but you do not want to give her what you expect from her. So I just feel like everything in life is give and take. If you want this vibe or this energy from a girl, you need to also be giving her the same energy. You need to start moving like a husband so she can start giving you wifey energy. She can start giving you the mother of your kids energy. She can start giving you, your lover energy. Someone that makes the bath, cooks for you, massages you, rubs your feet when you come home. This type of energy. So there are women out there, but I feel like it goes both ways. I also feel like there are a lot of, men who want a woman to behave a certain ways, but their mother never did. Like, make that make sense. You're giving this whole new woman like a whole expectation that your parents really never really fulfilled. So that's a lot on that person as a whole. I feel like we just need to give each other grace sometimes, and we need to work collectively together to make whatever we want to have in a marriage, in a relationship, work. So we just need to do that. So that's just my take on that. I mean, that went a little bit too deep, but I just needed to talk about that, because sometimes women, they be doing too much, and sometimes men too. Men, they really be giving like hobby material, whatever, and you see the girls out there, they just be doing God knows what. It just means they don't care like that, or maybe they're not thinking about the future the way you're thinking about the future. So that's something to look out for. Next, I love me a good prosecco, by the way. So another girl math is basically putting 2 and 2 together, but then you're getting 6 because you actually found out more information than you thought you were going to find. So this, by the way, I know I've been guilty of this. Yes. But baby, I'm just saying, if you go looking into that man's phone, you're gonna find way more than you anticipated or that you bargained for. So I just feel like this is something that girls we need to be aware of. Like, can you take whatever you're gonna see and move on, like move on away from the relationship, or be in the relationship and still functioning knowing all what you knew. But yeah, I think that's such a girl math because you're trying to find out something about someone. Even they could just say, they went somewhere here and you really wanted to know, did they actually went to see their homie? And you realize, oh, they took a stop at one part, they went to see someone, and then they stopped at another place, and it just keeps piling up. It just keeps piling up. And then you end up being like some undercover secret agent or FBI. So yeah, that's a really good girl math. That's like crazy, but it happens. It's legit. Also, another boy math. This is actually crazy, guys. Boy math is when you're in a new relationship, but you're really so insecure. You question the girl every freaking time that they go out or something. You just, let me see your phone, let me see your phone. But in the previous relationship, it was you who actually cheated on your ex, or you are cheating even in the said current relationship, but you're the one being insecure about the other partner. Has that ever happened to you guys before? Like, that's such a boy math. You'd be like, what the hell? Like, why are you, question? I haven't done anything to, make you feel otherwise or warrant this kind of investigation, but it's always about them. That's the reason. Like, when people are questioning you about certain things, they need to look inwards. They need to look into themselves, because it means something is up with them. That's why. I actually do have it on Getter Stories. There was a time I had an ex, and, this ex be like, I know you're gonna leave me when you go study for your master's, because then I was still in bachelor's. So yeah, the ex was just going crazy. Like, they were just like, you're gonna leave me, you're gonna find somebody new in the States. This was actually a reason why I actually never ended up studying my master's in the States, and I opted for Sweden, because I was just so, yeah, I would say heartbroken. Yeah, your girl was heartbroken. Oh, I can't believe it, but never again, never again. Your girl bossed up after that, but then your girl was naive, so I was heartbroken because I would always try to assure them that no, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not. It's not me, and it wasn't really me. Like, your girl was innocent, naive, and like, yeah, like that was that. Come to find out, we both went on our separate like Euro trip tour, whatever. Because I always like taking a trip together as a couple, and then I also like taking a trip on my own as a solo traveler, just to see also for myself and do my thing. So it was crazy when I came back. Yes, girl math. I went into the phone because I hadn't, heard from them, and I'm like, what's up? Like, what's going on? And I went, through, and I see a message, and I was like, oh, oh, and it wasn't even that I was even going in to look for. I was trying to, check. Maybe there was a party that happened, or the person, maybe they were offline and sleeping, because yes, this ex had a habit of just going to sleep and waking up after, I don't know, 12, 20 hours. So I was thinking maybe it was one of those type of issue, because I've been calling and calling and no reply. Basically, they were feeling guilty because yes, the said ex actually cheated. They kissed some girl at some festival, whatever, and yeah, it was just crazy. And I was like, and I could see in the message it was more like, oh, I'm sorry that happened, I was drunk, that type of thing. So my heart already got tense. I was like, what, and then I just kept digging, because this other person kept, I think also people like when there's like some really fun, escapade, some adventurous whatever. Like, there are girls like this, they like when you're in a relationship and then they have something to do with you, they just want to keep pursuing that. So I could also see from that other person that it was like, oh, well, it was great though, maybe you want to see me again, this type of thing. So, but regardless, my issue was never with that other girl. Like, girl, if that's your Jewish, bye. I mean, I did left them, so it is what it is. But the point that I'm basically trying to make was all this time, I was being, pressurized, feeling guilty, that I'm gonna do something that I never did. They were always like, oh, you're gonna cheat, you're gonna find some, tall, dark, handsome, black Tyrone. Yes, it was always like this. And you're gonna leave him for him, whatever. And I was like, how the tables have turned. So it was actually you. So it just goes to show that people, when they're doing some certain things in a relationship, it means it's something going on inside of them. Yeah, it's something going inside of them. And yes, that's just a perfect example of that situation. Yeah. And I was like, okay. So, but I was so like distraughted that I didn't even feel like going to the state then. I was just like, let me just leave Poland and go to Sweden and just be in a different country. Like I didn't want to see nobody, no Polish, nobody, no nothing. But here I am back in Poland. Oh my goodness. Moving on. That is a very, very on ghetto stories, by the way. So, another boy math is basically, when you have a break, and guys, they just go off sleeping with whoever and anything, and you only went on just a date. Maybe you happened to kiss the guy, and whatever, and that was it, and you somehow came back together again, and then they didn't tell you that they slept with so many girls during the break, but then you happen to tell your partner that, hey, yeah, I actually went on a guy with so and so guy, and we kissed, that's it. And they get so mad at you, like they get so mad that obviously you do not know that they did what they did, but that's actually what they did when they were on a break. But they didn't tell you that because they didn't want to hurt your feeling, but you were telling the guy what you did because out of honesty, or out of keeping the slate clean and starting afresh and not hiding anything. And they get so upset at you, like, oh, you couldn't even wait for me, did you really even love me like that? Baby, like, he was just sleeping with girls left and right. I also feel like it's such a boy math thing to do when, a guy has been crushed, like heartbroken by one, girl, I don't know, maybe in high school or in university days. And then they go breaking girls' hearts left and right, like a revenge relay or whatever. They just go breaking girls' heart, like they don't want a relationship. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Might I add that another boy math is when guys are basically doing everything great that couples do in a relationship, like they're picking up you up from work, they're sending you Uber Eats, they're sending you flowers, they're talking intellectual conversations, they're coming to check in on you, like all of these great things that couples do in a relationship. But then they tell you they do not want a relationship. Like, where is that equation coming from? It's not making sense. And that drives women crazy because they're just like, I just don't want to let him go. I just need to make him want to be in a relationship with me. He just needs to see that I'm the one for him, because they're really seeing all the great things that he's doing for them. So they're just like, what's the issue? Why don't you want to have a relationship? And I think maybe for some guys, like I said before, they've been heartbroken by a girl before, so that could be something for them, that they're like, I never want to have a serious relationship or put myself in that state to be broken again. Or I don't know, maybe they're just being nice to you and doing all of these things for you out of kindness, or they feel like they're not up to your standards, or they do not deserve you. I don't know, it's something they need to take up with their therapist. But that's crazy, when you have a guy doing everything great, especially he's great in bed and whatever, so that even makes it harder to want to leave him. And then it makes the girls look crazy. Yes, they look crazy because they're chasing after a guy that's never really that doesn't really want to settle down and be with them, So that's a really shitty boy math. Yeah. Okay, so there are also some boy math that I read online that I'm actually gonna share here. But my last note on girl math is basically when girls take the time out to get healed, maybe, I don't know, after a crazy breakup, they go to their therapist for a year or so. They really take the time out to heal, just for them to go back to the same ex that they just broke up with. Make that make sense. Like, how? Like, I do not understand this. Like what was all that work you did on yourself for? What was it for? Just wasted your money, like, on the therapist. By the way, I heard that some guys, when they do break up with girls, they actually will give you funds for therapy to go heal yourself, as I don't know, as something to show a good gesture, or something that they feel like, they want to repay you for, whatever, which is kind. I haven't heard of that before, but that was cute. Yeah, I was like, okay, I can F with that. That is a man right there. But I guess girls must be so pissed, like, how are you giving me a whole money to go see a therapist when you literally were the one who did this to me? But hey, it's the least they can do. At least you don't have to spend your own money on, getting healed at the therapist. Or maybe they give you the money because they really know you're the one who's crazy, but they're not gonna tell you. Like, they just giving you so the therapist can tell you themselves. That's just something I wanted to share. But yeah, that's a crazy girl math. Like, why go through all this time and effort to get healed just for you to get back to the guy? Like, I feel like maybe girls think that they're so strong, like they know what to take and what not to take from the guy, that they're like, I'm strong enough to be in the relationship, or maybe the guy has changed and we can actually make it work. But 9 out of 10 times, most of this getting back together again with the same ex never works out. Trust me. Like, unless both of you guys have gone separately to do the work. So you went to therapy, he also went to therapy to get healed, and then you come back together. And even at that, you're not going to get the same relationship you used to have, and which is what a lot of people try to chase in a relationship, to have the same feeling, the highs when they were in a relationship. They want to get that back, but you're not going to get that back if both of you really went to therapy to get healed. You're going to establish something new and different. And I think when you're in a relationship, most of these people find this out and they're like, yeah, it's not like it used to be. But it wasn't supposed or meant to be like it used to be. It's supposed to be something new that you're creating afresh. So, and I think a lot of people chase this old feeling of what they used to have. So yeah, take it from me, never ever go back to the same river. We have the saying in Nigeria, like, never go back to the same river twice. And we also have another proverb or parable or saying. By the way, Yoruba, where I come from, my tribe, it has a lot of idiomatic expressions and all of these things. So basically, there's another one that says that when you go to a house and you say good night, or see you tomorrow or good night, you do not come back there again saying good evening. Does that make sense? So it's like, you already said you're going, like, why are you back here again? So it's just a funny idiomatic expression, but it sounds more cohesive when it's said in Yoruba. That aside, let's read, some of the comments about boy math. It's kind of really funny, and I never used to be a fan of math so much, but hey, I beg to differ. I love this math class, this math lesson. Let's actually check. Boy math is wanting a traditional wife of the 80s kind and expecting her to take care of the household, him and the damn kids, and still functioning 100% and going 50-50 with bills. How the fuck does that make any sense? It doesn't. It does not make any sense. Yes. That's kind of what I actually said before, that they want a traditional wife, a caretaker, but they do not want to be a traditional provider. Or, guys don't have their shit together, but then they want a woman who has everything. Another one says, boy math is also putting out every effort to get a girl and then becoming nonchalant in the relationship. Yes. That's real. That is real. Yes, yes, yes. Like, how did you go through, I don't know, buying me bouquets, taking me on dates, everything, to now you just wanting to just, I don't know, Netflix and chill when we're together? Like, make that make sense. Another one says, boy math is lying to your girl about everything and then getting mad when she doesn't trust you. I feel you. Oh, guys, you're gonna love this one. Boy math is liking a girl when she's sexy in a little short skirt, but wanting her to dress like a 70-year-old English teacher when you get together. How? Like, that's crazy. But that's true. Guys love to do that a lot. Like, they see you on the gram, like, they DM'd you clearly because they wanted you there. They saw what you were wearing, but now you're together and they don't want you posting certain pictures. They don't want you going out in certain outfits. Like, that is a lot of boy math that ain't mathing today. I'm just glad we actually have a legit proper math than this boy girl math, because this is crazy. And that's it, guys, on today's episode on boy math, girl math. I think the only math, by the way, that Agnesita is subscribing to, that I actually suggest everybody should subscribe to, is adding value, subtracting drama, rounding up the peace of mind, multiplying the faith equals stability. Yes, this is the grown adult matured math that I believe we all can agree to, right? Let's make a toast. And if you would like us to talk about more topics like this on the next episode, please DM us at On Ghetto Stories on Instagram. And if you'd like to add your own 2 cents or more math that you think we should have added, or you also thought about that we didn't think about, math that aren't really mathing but are really funny, and debatable, kindly DM us or just comment in the section below. On that note, signing out, it's your girl Agnesita. Till next time. Bye. What am I wearing today? I have this white bodysuit top from Zara and this comfy beige pants from H&M and accessorized. Well, they're very simple yet fresh and they're comfortable. Bomb and comfortable. Styled by the one and only Aced Styling.